we have to ask a basic question. What is that which qualifies you and me to be a part of this political community? What is it? Is it my property? No. Is it my education? No. Is it my caste? No. Is it my gender? Is it my religion? No. What? Is it my language? No. Is it my region? What is it? Whose country is this? Does it belong to people who speak a language? Does it belong to men? Does it belong only to women? Does it belong only to people who live in a particular state or in a particular direction, east, west, north, south? No. Does it belong to people who pray to a particular god or a set of gods? No. It has nothing to do with your religion, caste, gender, region, language. It has only one criterion, whether you are in India or not, isn't it? We need to understand what is the challenge that we face today. What is the threat? Some time ago, we used to think that we might face a threat. Today, we are facing the threat. It is already here. There are two types of threats. One is the challenge that we have to understand from within the civil society. That threat, that challenge is our indifference. We don't seem to be bothered. Before this meeting, I was having a cup of tea, and this friend of mine, please stand up. Yeah. He asked me an interesting question. You are saying that all these irregularities are happening. How dare they do that? How can they do that? They are able to do all these irregularities brazenly, openly, because they have understood that we won't bother. That is the first threat. Why do they think that we don't bother? They think that we don't bother because when, I'll tell you some recent incidents. I'm not going into history. When in an open court, somebody throws a chappal at the Chief Justice of India. So tell me, how many of us have gone onto the road? How many? 100? 200? Out of 140 crores. How many? So when the Chief Justice was thrown a chappal at him, we are busy. What is the signal that we are sending? When Manipur is burning for the last more than 2 years, is Manipur part of India? It is still? Sure? No.
ನನ್ನ ಫೇವರೇಟ್ ನಂದಿನಿ ಚೀಸ್.
ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಫೇವರೇಟ್ ನಂದಿನಿ ಚೀಸ್.
Is it? We don't bother. When, okay, that is very far. But in our home, when our youngsters are unemployed, we are not bothered. Because unemployment is at a historic high today. In that, Youth unemployment is at a historic high. One of the highest in the world. In that, educated youth unemployment is at a historic high. And educated youth unemployment is at a high, one of the highest in the world. Then, household debt is at a historic high. Household saving is at a historic low. We are not bothered. You know, Manrega, you've heard of Manrega? Manrega is the Rural Employment Guarantee Act with minimum wage, and it is a demand driven program. In the demand driven program, they make some allocation for a year, and whenever that fund is over, they add some more fund. It has never happened, but this time, last year it happened, that the entire sum allocated for one full year was exhausted in 6 months, which means there is a huge amount of rural distress. We are not bothered. What signal does, I don't want to go into many more details, but these are enough. What kind of a message does somebody who is ruling this country get from this kind of indifference? We can do anything, isn't it? I'm answering your question. We can do anything. These people are not bothered. They don't react. They don't question us. This is one. Shivasundar has told us very clearly. He has given the history of our republic. I'll just take up two things out of that. We have to ask a basic question. What is that which qualifies you and me to be a part of this political community? What is it? Is it my property? No. Is it my education? No. Is it my caste? No. Is it my gender? No. Is it my religion? No. What? Is it my language? No. Is it my region? No. What is it? Whose country is this? Does it belong to people who speak a language? Does it belong to men? Does it belong only to women? Does it belong only to people who live in a particular state? Or in a particular direction, east, west, north, south? No. Does it belong to people who pray to a particular god? Or a set of gods? No. It has nothing to do with your religion, caste, gender, region, language. It has only one criterion: whether you are in India or not, isn't it? On that basis, everybody was given a right to vote. And this is not everywhere in the world, as Shivasundar had said. Each country has its own way. Some countries said, look, you have to be belonging to this religion, this nationality, this race. There are instances, for example, in South Africa, they used to put a comb on your head and see whether your hair is an African hair or not. There are some countries. On that basis, they were given citizenship and vote, but not in India. Did anybody come and put a comb in your hair here in India? No, never. So it all depends on your residence. You are here and you are a citizen. You are the owner of this country as much as I am an owner of this country, as much as Muhammad Kuni, as much as Deshpande, as much as Noor, as much as Tara, as much as Manvi, as much as anybody. We are all the owners, but not everybody agreed to this. There are people who said, no, this country has to belong only to Hindus. Therefore, there was a project of, normally what happens is that in a political society, we all work to create a majority, a political majority. Political majority is, it depends on your opinion. Whether our country should be going this way or that way, should we adopt this policy or that policy, should we do this or that, on the basis of that opinion is a majority built, isn't it? In a democracy, it is mobilization. How many people do I mobilize? I mobilize 100. Shiv Sundar could mobilize only 60. So, my opinion prevails. Mine is the political majority, his is a political minority. But, if you start making your religion as the majority, not your politics, then you are in a different game. So this is the game that is now being played. That instead of a political majority, there is an attempt to create a communal, a religious majority. You are a Hindu and you are a majority. So far, we did not think that way. We know that we are Hindu, we know that we are Muslim, we know that we are Sikh, we know that we are Kayastha, or we know that we are a Brahmin, we are a Kshatriya, we are a Shudra. We know that, but that is not politicized. Today, those identities are being politicized. So, instead of me opting for one policy or the other, I am made to think because of my religion, because of my caste, I have to support this policy. You see the shift? That is the game that is being played. Now, what does SIR do here? It's interesting. Because some time ago, there was an attempt to list out who are the citizens of this country, NRC, CAA and all those, but there were a lot of protests. They could not do that. They could not carry on with that. Therefore, they started doing that through the Election Commission of India. Now, Shiv Sundar told us how the Election Commission is constituted. It is very interesting to see. Some time back, I was traveling somewhere, and somebody was sitting next to me in the flight. And he said, Parakala, you are Parakala? Yes, I am Parakala. I heard you speak somewhere saying that, Election Commission is doing this, Election Commission is doing that. You are missing one important point, he said. Then I wanted to learn what is the important point that I was missing. Then he told me something very interesting. He said, look, our BJP, the country's ruling party, has many different wings. To organize the farmers, they have Kisan Morcha. To organize young people, they have Yuva Morcha. To organize women, they have Mahila Morcha. And to organize elections, they have Election Morcha. That is the Election Commission of India. So why are you unnecessarily worried about it? They have an election morcha, and what is his name? I'm not saying, he's saying. So this is what is happening. So there is an attempt now, because we have resisted that, do not classify us on the basis, you cannot give me citizenship because I'm a Hindu, and you cannot deny because it's him, Muhammad Kuni is a Muslim. Don't deny, because we resist that. We are here, everybody who is resident of this country is a citizen. So we resisted that. Now, there is a new attempt. Because you see, if you reject something, the same thing can be brought in a new dress. Fancy dress, good dress. Very convincing dress. This dress is called Special Intensive Revision, SIR. Why SIR is so convincing? Because SIR tells you very innocently that, look, so many people who are already dead, but they are in the list. We have to take them out, isn't it? Do you agree? Yes, of course we all agree. There are so many duplicate votes. It has to be taken out, isn't it? Tanvi? Manvi? Yeah, it has to be. She also agreed. And there are people who are not living here anymore. What do? Take them out. Yes, take them out. Isn't it? Convincing. But what are they actually doing? It is like this. You have seen an elephant. Of course, in Karnataka, you have to see an elephant. Elephant has two huge, what are they called? Tusks. Isn't it? But the elephant doesn't eat with that, does it? There are other things which, so for eating there is something else, for showing there is something else. Now, SIR, all these duplicate votes, people who are dead, people who are not resident here anymore, people who are foreigners, infiltrators, Guspetia, that is the tusk. You all agree with that. It's very interesting, big, white. But actual thing is somewhere else. The one that can really chew you and throw you out and make this country a Hindu Rashtra. What is that? That is you have 500 voters living in one house, and that house number is 0. And 65 lakh people are deleted from the voters list. Who are they? We do not know. And Election Commission doesn't tell us. Election Commission doesn't say anything but sources from the Election Commission. There is something else called sources. Do you know what is the sources? We don't know who that is. Manvi, do you know? And sources say that so many Bangladeshis, Rohingyas have come. So we are removing them. So we started, some people started questioning, Madhav and other people have started questioning, who are these people? Tell us. Some people have gone to the court. Court went on asking the Election Commission, please give the list. And Election Commission said, no, we can't give the list. We don't want to give the list. But the court, for some reason, sometimes, court sometimes also does good things. Sometimes, not always. And that time they said, no, you have to, you have to, you have to. And finally they had to publish it. And when they published it, I'll tell you one example, one small example. Total objections in Bihar were 3.75 lakhs. Objections means, Tara is no more here, and she is living somewhere else. So such objections. But that can be right objections or wrong objections also. So out of 3.75 lakh objections, of which objections saying that these people are foreigners are only 1087. Please mark this. Out of total 3.75 lakh general objections, foreigner objections are only 1087. And out of 1087, objections accepted, first of all. In order to verify, you have to accept the objections, isn't it? So what is the, out of 1087, 390 were accepted. 390. Malik, are you getting the numbers? I'll say slowly. So 3.75 lakhs was the total objections, of which foreigner objections were 1087, of which accepted were 390, in which the number of Muslims were 76. Okay? Then, of which the actual number were 5, confirmed foreigners, 5. And when the investigation was over, 2 were found to be dead out of 5. So finally, how many people were taken out as Guspetia? Or 3. You see, 3 Guspetia were taken out after all this exercise of SIR. Yeah? That is the but. Finally, how many people were deleted? They did not run deduplication software. Madhav will tell you. There are so many duplications. You know, you've seen so many people tell us, people from Brazil also were there in it. And not only once, 20 times, 30 times, 20 times, 300 times, 400 times, 200 times were also there. And they want us to believe that all this exercise was undertaken in order to clean up the voters list. There was a cleanup. You know what happened in other countries? It could be America, North America, South America, Europe, Hungary, Nagorno-Karabakh, Turkey, whatever, so many countries. Germany, they used to kill people who are not of their own religion or their own faith or their own language or their own race. They used to kill people. Nowadays it's difficult to kill people because there will be bloodshed, there will be a lot of attention. So how do you kill a citizen? Do you know how to kill a citizen? You strip them of their rights. Then you are dead. So today we have a genocide happening in this country in the name of SIR, which is a bloodless genocide. You don't see any blood on the carpet. But there are 42 lakh people killed as citizens of this country. They are no more citizens because they don't have a right to vote. When you don't have a right to vote, you're done. You're dead as a citizen. So what is happening in SIR is nothing but a bloodless genocide in India. Now we have reached a stage because of SIR in our democratic life. Democracy, normally what happens? People elect the government. people choose the government, isn't it? That is normal democracy. Now we have an interesting democracy where the government is choosing the voters. The government is choosing the people. Oh, yeah, you can be a voter. No, you can't be a voter. Yes. You see, our Prime Minister told in so many meetings that I can find out these Guspetias by the face, the dress, and all that. Can you find out? He's given us a clue. So on the basis, yes, you can do it. No, you have nothing to do with it. No, not you. So out of the entire population, those people who are more likely to vote for us are going to be in the list. Those people who are not likely to vote for us are out of the list. Now, what is interesting, many people are very depressed and they don't know what has happened in Bihar, how is it possible. In fact, he was also saying, how is it possible that people are endorsing this? What I am saying is that you see, when the government has chosen who are the voters, who should be the voters, on the basis of whether they are likely to vote for me or not, isn't it? That's the criterion. Even then, the opposition could win some seats. Isn't it great? It is great. So today, what is happening in the name of SIR is a political cleansing. It is not a water list cleansing. It is a genocide. Democracies die today in 2024, 25, in this part of our century, the 21st century, not like before. Suddenly, Army General announces on the radio that, we are clamping martial law, no democracy, Parliament is dissolved, government is dissolved, President, Prime Minister, everybody is arrested. No, that's gone. Today, slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly, by taking away your rights, by introducing SIR, by introducing duplicate votes, by hiking the vote, suddenly you have 60% at preliminary figures, 67% late night. Just before counting, you have 70% vote. Where are these things coming from? There's a fraud there. So these are the things that is happening in this democracy. They are able to do this because we are not resisting it. So we have to say no to SIR and say that we are going to stick to the values of our constitution. Don't meddle with them. We have to be a plural country, a diverse country. We are a political majority. We work for a political majority, but not a communal majority or a religious majority. This is the message that we have to send. We have to send this not on Facebook or Twitter or on social media, but by launching a feet on the ground agitation, a peaceful feet on the ground agitation to stop this bloodless genocide in this country. To stop this bloodless political genocide in this country, we have to say no to SIR and take out all the reservations that we have in our mind about this exercise that is happening. Don't fall for this, this is only cleaning up, this is only deduplication, this is only taking out the names of the dead people, this is only taking out the names of those people who have left the constituency, left the town, left the district. No, it's not. It is clearly an attempt to change the nature of our political community, the nature of our constitution, the nature of our polity, the nature of our country. This we have to understand. This is the challenge. And another challenge, as I told you, that we have to leave our indifference. Don't give them the impression that we don't care whatever you do. No. We have to say no to SIR. Will we? Shall we? Or shall we just leave it? Tomorrow, when you go to the polling booth, your vote may not be there because you are now seen here in this meeting. You are not likely to vote for them, therefore your vote will not be there. Would you resist it or not? No. No? Only 2 people have to. Only 5. Only 6. All. Thank you.
ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಲು ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಸ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಲು
Eedina.com ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.